Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Stoic Bond. What if I told you that the most attractive quality a man can have is not about his looks, his money, or even his charm? What if the secret to becoming irresistible lies in something that most men overlook entirely? Something so powerful, yet so simple that it could change your relationships forever? This harsh truth isn't easy to accept. But once you do, you'll unlock a magnetism that 95.7% of women can't resist. It's not a trick, not a game, it's a way of life. In this video, we're diving deep into the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and uncovering 5 principles that will transform your mindset, your behavior, and the way you approach relationships. By the end, you'll understand why mastering yourself is the key to mastering attraction, and why most men fail at it. Emotional control is magnetic. Emotional control is magnetic. Let's start with a simple truth. Women are drawn to emotional stability like moths to a flame. Why? Because in a chaotic world, stability is rare, and rare things are valuable. The Stoics believed in mastering one's emotions, not suppressing them. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle applies directly to relationships. A man who cannot control his emotions is like a leaf in the wind, unpredictable, unreliable, and untrustworthy. Think about this. If every minor inconvenience sends you into a spiral of anger or frustration, what message does that send to the person you're dating? Women don't want to be your emotional caretaker. They want a partner who can weather the storms of life with calmness and composure. The next time you feel yourself losing control, whether it's in traffic, at work, or during an argument, pause, take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, over time, this practice will make you unshakable. And that calm, centered energy is incredibly attractive. Confidence comes from self-sufficiency. Here's the second harsh truth. Neediness is repellent. Women don't want to feel like they're responsible for your happiness, your sense of purpose, or your self-worth. That's not their role, nor should it be. Epictetus, another great Stoic, said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This isn't just about material wealth, it's about emotional wealth. A man who is self-sufficient, who doesn't need someone else to complete him, radiates confidence. And confidence is irresistible. Consider this scenario. You're on a date, and the woman mentions she's busy this weekend. Do you panic? Do you start over analysing whether she's losing interest? Or do you respect her time and focus on your own goals and passions? The self-sufficient man chooses the latter. He doesn't chase validation because his value doesn't depend on external approval. Start building a life that excites you, whether it's through hobbies, fitness, or pursuing your career. When you're genuinely fulfilled, you won't need to seek validation from anyone else. And ironically, that's when people start seeking you. Detachment creates desire. Detachment creates desire. Here's a paradox. The more you try to hold on to someone, the more likely they are to slip away. It's human nature. We value freedom, and we're drawn to those who don't smother us. The Stoics practiced a concept called detachment. They believed in loving and appreciating what they had without becoming overly attached to it. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In relationships, this means letting go of the fear of loss and focusing on being present. Imagine you're dating someone amazing, but instead of constantly worrying about where the relationship is going, you focus on enjoying each moment together. You're not obsessing over the future, and you're not trying to control the outcome. This relaxed attitude creates a sense of freedom, and freedom is attractive. Practice gratitude for what you have right now without clinging to the idea of permanence. When you're okay with the idea of letting go, you become less anxious, more confident, and ultimately more desirable. Purpose over pleasing. Purpose over pleasing. Here's a question. Are you living for yourself, or are you living to please others? The harsh truth is that many men lose themselves in relationships because they prioritize their partner's happiness over their own purpose. This might sound noble, but it's actually a recipe for resentment and burnout. The Stoics believed that every individual has a purpose, a reason for being. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be one." This means living in alignment with your values and goals, regardless of external opinions. Think about a man who gives up his dreams to make his partner happy. At first, it might seem like an act of love, but over time, he loses his sense of self. Contrast that with a man who pursues his purpose unapologetically. He's not selfish, he's self-aware, and that self-awareness makes him deeply attractive. Take time to define your purpose. What drives you? What are your values? When you have a clear sense of direction, you'll stop seeking approval from others. And that independence is magnetic. True strength is vulnerability. True strength is vulnerability. Lastly, let's address a myth. Strength means being cold, distant, and emotionless. This couldn't be further from the truth. True strength lies in vulnerability, the courage to be authentic, even when it's uncomfortable. Seneca said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." In relationships, vulnerability is what creates real connection. It's not about oversharing or being overly emotional. It's about being honest about who you are and what you feel. Imagine a man who admits he doesn't have all the answers, but is willing to learn and grow. This kind of humility is far more attractive than pretending to have it all together. Women appreciate authenticity because it shows courage and self-awareness. Start small. Share something personal with someone you trust, a fear, a dream, or a lesson you've learned. You'll find that vulnerability doesn't make you weak, it makes you human, and that authenticity is what draws people in. Conclusion. So, let's recap. The harsh truth is that becoming irresistible isn't about tricks or tactics, it's about mastering yourself. Emotional control makes you steady. Self-sufficiency makes you confident. Detachment makes you free. Purpose gives you direction. And vulnerability makes you real. When you embody these principles, you'll naturally attract the right people into your life without chasing or forcing anything. It's not easy, but it's worth it. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on Stoicism and personal growth. And let me know in the comments which of these principles resonates with you the most. Thanks for watching, and remember, the only person you need to master is yourself.